Always great to join you. And I really thank the loud voices out there that actually brought this to the attention because that's how we got the change done.
All right. I think it's a 1-2 punch. There are people like you and a few others. You got DeMaio in the Republican side of things in the state assembly. You guys were running this basically forceful push on them. You get the public behind them. I think without the two sides, it doesn't happen, but it did here. Your thoughts?
No, you're 100% right, because we have to go back to what happened in 2023. Child sex trafficking was actually a less punishable crime in 2023 than arson, robbery, and burglary. And the California Public Safety Committee in the Assembly killed that bill. So this just follows the track record of what's happened before, of this criminal first agenda that we have by the majority party here in California. And the only way that we got these changes done with SB 14 in 2023 and now with AB 379, which is still not over yet. People need to watch out for when it goes over to the Senate side, is the people speaking up. And there's a part that's actually crazy to me is that we're getting called out that Republicans took advantage of this. If they remember, the author of the bill was a Democrat, Maggie Krell, who is a hero because she took down and was one of the largest prosecutors to take down this large-scale trafficking site that a lot of teenagers were on. She took it down, and she knows exactly what was needed to be done. And so this isn't us taking an opportunity. This is us just talking about common sense. Children come first before any political ideology, and it's insane that we were debating it.
Mr. Assemblyman, when you have Democrats, they're saying this will unfairly target minorities in the gay and lesbian community. Do you know what they're talking about? To me, that is wildly offensive to minority communities and the gay and lesbian community.
No, exactly. And that's actually something that I talked about previously, is that they said that this disproportionately targets and puts black and brown people away in prison. Well, I spun that back around and I said, well, this disproportionately saves black and brown victims like my family. I'm the first Polynesian ever elected to the state legislature, and I had a family member of mine that was trafficked when she was 16 years old by a former teammate of mine when I played football in high school, because I grew up in one of the most trafficked areas in the entire state of California. This was personal for me. And they were looking at protecting the criminals while I was looking at prioritizing the victims and making sure that we're taking care of those, because I know what it can do to a family, because it happened to my family. And this issue has had many issues in my family as well. I couldn't believe that they were debating us so hard that this disproportionately put black and brown people away. And it also, I don't know what they were talking about when it comes to the LGBTQ community, because the arguments that they were making, I would really recommend that they don't say that again, because that's not helping on any of their goals that they have. I can tell you that right now.
No, it sure isn't. One of the reasons why I tell the story on a national program is because if we can have victories like this, even very small in California, we can have these small victories and large ones all across the country. If you can do this there, these baby steps are very big. Now, you mentioned your family story, and I'm so sorry that happened to your sister. I'm still a little baffled. Look, I'll take the small victories, but I'm still a little baffled of how, if you're within 3 years of age, it's not a felony. When you're buying someone, what difference does it make how old you are?
No, you're 100% right. I also agree. Nobody should be bought. Human trafficking is something that we should all have a goal to make sure that we're ending. But this is something that I did talk to that prosecutor, Maggie Krell. I also spoke to a lot of DAs. This at least handles 99% of the issues. That's what we're taking on right now. We will take that win, because before they were going to allow the trafficking happening for 16 and 17-year-olds, and that they added this, we intend to protect 16 and 17-year-olds. That's not good enough. That at least getting them to move this. Look, California conservatives are the front lines to combating crazy. This is something that we can at least say we won this battle. We got them to come off of their crazy high horse. And look, there are still a lot of Republicans here as well. We still have the most Republicans in the entire nation. So there's a lot of us here. We need help, but it also shows an example that the rest of the nation should see. Do not copy what California is doing on a lot of the issues that we have here when it comes to this criminal first agenda, when it comes to the setup of the way this state is actually running. You don't want it in your state, and at least learn from this failure of examples that we have here.